A new survey says that Americans think politicians are talking too much about religion. The survey was released recently by the Pew Research Center for People in the Press, and we've had Scott Keeter, director of survey research at Pew, on the show several times. And it seems that there are actually a number of signs of uneasiness over the mixing of religion and politics. Almost 4 in 10 Americans say there's too much expression of religious faith and prayer from political leaders, and 30% say there has been too little. Honestly, I don't really find these numbers that shocking if we look at kind of the division among the political spectrum across the country. Most Americans, 54%, say that churches and other houses of worship should stay out of politics. It's barely more than half. That means that a lot of people still think politics and religion should go together.
Yeah, pretty dumb. Pretty dumb.
And the view that there's too much expression of religious faith by politicians remains far more widespread among Democrats than Republicans. That's also not surprising at all. But there are divisions within the GOP, which we've talked about. And when we look at exit polls, Lewis, when you ask people how important religion is to them, the more important it is, in most cases, in most states, the more likely they are to vote for
a Republican.
No, in the Republican primary.
Oh, Santorum.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. More than half of Santorum supporters say there is too little expression of religious faith and prayer by political leaders, but only 24% of Mitt Romney's backers agree. So that may be not because people who are voting for Romney don't care about religion. I think it's that they don't care for Mitt Romney's religion, Mormonism. I think that's what's going on.
That is probably it. Yeah, there seems to be a bias here towards a certain religion.
No question about it. So what's the story with this? I mean, then if you were to tell me 80% of Americans think that religion is playing too big a role in politics, I would say, okay, now we really need to analyze this discrepancy in terms of the electorate. However, the opinion on this does seem to be split pretty consistently among political party lines.
Right.
Of course, more moderate independents leaning towards the religion is playing too much of a role, more conservative independents saying not playing enough of a role or it's okay. I personally think we need to completely remove religion from politics. It's going to be almost impossible. It would be great to have a situation where a politician doesn't even have to disclose his religion. However, you know what? The kind of conspiratorial side of me says, I would want to know if it's some kind of bizarre racist cult that, if it wasn't disclosed, wouldn't become a part of the news. But I don't know how likely that really is.
Well, we're dealing with politicians here, and even if one of them was part of some bizarre racist cult, they would not disclose it, and they would claim to be Christian, because that's how you win the presidency of the United States.
I understand, but Natan, do you see what I'm saying? If you say that all religion will be completely banned from politics, then you're actually, in a way, opening up the door to not knowing that some fringe candidate from some kind of racist cult is slipping by unnoticed.
That's true, but at the same time, you should be able to gauge in an open system whether someone is totally nuts based on their positions and what they say on the campaign trail without even having to delve into their religion. I mean, I think.
I agree with that.
I agree. I think, unfortunately, though, if Santorum becomes the president, the State of the Union will be a sermon. And, things are just going to get even worse in that department.
I agree with the consensus you two fine gentlemen have come to an agreement upon with my agreement.
Then we are all in some type of agreement.
I think so.
Yeah.
On today's bonus show, medical marijuana delivery man was robbed by ninjas. I know it sounds bizarre. We'll find out if Lewis was involved in that. A German court has okayed racial profiling. And we'll also talk about 15 famous hoaxes. Lewis liked that one.
That was a good one.
We'll take a break. More after this.
The David Pakman Show at davidpakman.com.